Whenever I watch a disaster movie, I can't help but think that whatever is going on must be a hell of a lot more fun than what's going on normally. Like, normal life just consists of staying home or getting angry at the internet. But in disaster movies, there's always an event or a calamity that makes things interesting. It brings exercise, it brings exposure to the outside, and careful focus on what you can eat. Basically, the apocalypse makes us healthier. So, that's why I don't understand why it always seems like a bad thing when the end times come. In my mind, each type of apocalypse has something to enjoy. Who doesn't want an excuse to beat up a bunch of humans with no remorse? Certainly not anyone who's ever worked in retail. That's why zombie events are so great. You get to do whatever you want and still be seen as the good guy. Well, almost anything, but you know what I mean. People will say that zombies are dangerous because they can bite you and turn you, but I'm not worried, because I know for a fact that firefighter PPE is super thick, and if you wear some of that, there is no way a zombie can get you. Trust me, I almost cut my own leg off with a chainsaw, and the PPE helped that, not happen. So there's a story for another day. Anyway, I don't see the stress of a zombie outbreak since the military of pretty much every country would be able to stop a zombie outbreak. Plus, even if things get bad, just go to where the zombies can't get you, just like a boat. There's no zombie swim team. I'm just saying, exercise motivation, an excuse to be introverted, an opportunity to beat up other humans with no problem, the ability to go to any restricted area you want, because who would care at that point, plus an opportunity to go yachting, a zombie outbreak seems like fun. Don't see how aliens are a bad thing. I just don't. Cool technology, more cultures, that just seems good. Besides, if their technology is super advanced, we can just do what every tech company does, and just take their machines and claim it's our own. Also, what's the likelihood that if an alien race were to come here, they would want to take over Earth? What does Earth have to offer? It doesn't make sense. Earth is a sad, empty place full of pollution and stupid meatbags. I imagine the aliens have to be assigned different planets to invade, and no one wants to invade Earth, like it's the job shift that no one wants to take. Also, why would aliens want to kill all humans? What would they gain? It's not like we're good enough at anything to pose a threat. And on top of that, if aliens really did show up, would they really be a bigger threat to humans than we are to ourselves? I understand wanting to genetically experiment on humans for the sake of science, but if an alien race were to add genetic traits to humans, I don't think that would be bad. Whatever weird stuff they add would no doubt be an upgrade from the already limitless flaws that the human body has. So in general, new cultures, new technology, and a chance to be a cyborg. Alien invasion doesn't sound bad. The most realistic apocalypse is the threat of a nuclear apocalypse, and many shows and movies have shown what would happen if that ever came to be. Here's my thing about this though. Either you die instantly and never have to worry about it, or you get to take part in the most entertaining world we could have. Look at the idea of genetic mutation. Once again, just like with the alien debacle. This world has so many genetic flaws that turning ourselves into mutants can't possibly be more boring than normal. What else is that all the cool cars that come with an apocalypse are going to be way cooler than the cars we consider cool now. Normally we think a cool car is just another sleek, fast thing. Hell no! Cool cars have spinning blades, flamethrowers, laser guns, free healthcare, and so many other cool things. Nuclear apocalypses just give us cool stunts as well as an excuse to blow stuff up, which is never a bad thing. A nuclear apocalypse would just lead to cool animals and awesome cars, and I don't see how there isn't something to enjoy. I can't feel like robots taking over humanity is a bad thing. Humans took over after dinosaurs, and they didn't complain about it nearly as much as we complain about robots. If anything, robots would run things better than humans would. They wouldn't pollute our skies, they wouldn't drink alcohol, they wouldn't make bad action movies. Machines don't have all those genetic flaws that humans have. They have all the cool technology that will allow for a better planet. They could have flying cars, they could have laser tanks. In fact, now that I think about it, if the robots were running Earth, It would be so good that the aliens might actually want to invade it. Then, we would have aliens versus robots. Not only that, but robots are completely immune to being zombies. In all actuality, robots are so awesome that they are simply immune to most types of apocalypses. I just think that robots would be better humans than humans. It's our responsibility to do what's best for the planet. And if that is to let the robots take over, who cares? We'll be dead anyways. The least inventive apocalypse, the weather. I firmly believe in climate change, so when it reaches the point where we have to come up with an apocalyptic version and people still don't listen, it angers me. Going back to the alien invasion point once again, why would anyone want to invade Earth when there's so many things on this planet that can kill us? Meteors, otherwise known as God's kidney stones, earthquakes when the planet decides to twerk, tornadoes when Earth reaches its childhood Beyblade phase, fire when Earth has too much Chipotle, and finally, electricity shutdowns when Earth takes away your screen time. Either way, each of these disasters has some upsides, like meteors are pretty, earthquakes are like a universal massage, tornadoes are free showers, and fire is the free towel. And finally, electricity shutdowns free us from the methodical brainwashing of being overstimulated by media. Oh look, a new Minecraft update. But in all seriousness, if you get a kite during a tornado, you can just fly around. Granted, it's in a circle, but it's still flight. Same thing with other weathers. In a fire, you can just roast marshmallows. In earthquakes, you can practice land surfing. The boring cousin of the weather, yet just as scary, is a world full of water. In this situation, everything is completely flooded out, and people won't be able to move around normally. Now, this may seem bad, but once again, there are brilliant upsides to it. Just like how zombies, it is an excuse to go boating. Plus, free water park. Normally a water park ticket is like dozens to hundreds of dollars, but now you can just step outside and be in a lazy river. Seems like fun to me. Plus, if you combine a flood with the other apocalypses, it actually helps out. Zombies can't swim, so they would all drown, the robots would get fried out, and in a nuclear apocalypse, the cool cars would become cool submarines. Now, obviously, some of the things I have talked about actually happen to people, and severely hurt their lives. I'm not trying to make light of that or diminish its seriousness. All that I have said in this video is just satire and taking the mick on things, but I do honestly feel bad for anyone who has suffered from something in this video. Floods, earthquakes, and of course, aliens. The simple truth about apocalypses is that we like to think about them because in real life, we are far too used to a world full of disappointment and pain, and we just accept that there's nothing we can do about it, which is a little depressing. But in general, the reason why we focus on apocalypses is because we want to know that a world full of pain can at least be fun. But the truth is, when we accept that apocalypses are just a cooler version of the real world, we can start to look at the world around us as an apocalypse. Look out your window. That's an apocalypse. And that's a good thing, because chaos is not inherently bad. This is an apocalypse. This is an apocalypse. Everything surrounding us is an apocalypse. And if we look at it as a wave of nonsense that is always swarming around us, we can learn to both accept and ride that wave. Back in high school, I learned there is nothing I can do about the stupidity of this planet. But I can change how I see it. I love the chaos. I am the happiest and thriving in moments of illogic and uncoordination. I do my best work when the structure of a situation has broken down, and that is all because of how much fun chaos can really be. My bedside table is a cardboard box. My favorite Ninja Turtle is Donatello. I don't know how to properly say this, and that's the beauty of it. It can't be structured. It is absolutely possible to thrive in moments of chaos where all expectations and regulations go out the window. What I'm saying is that sometimes life can be scary, And sometimes we definitely should be scared, but in the other times, you can look at some of the terrible things in this world as entertaining, as a change of pace that grabs your attention, and it all might feel a little less chaotic and a little bit more scenic.